Well, hello and welcome, everyone. My name is Craig Peloquin.
And I'm Dennis Wilson.
And we are here to talk about RealtyBizConnect. We'll just wait for the last few stragglers to get online as we're watching you come on in. Make sure you say hello. That's great. Welcome to our live webinar. So, Dennis, what's up?
Oh, man, I tell you, we're pretty excited about the ability to help real estate agents with lead generation and a system to keep it all under control today.
There we go. So we're going to get started. Make sure you do say hello over there. We will try to acknowledge you the best that we can. And we're going to start sharing some really great tips with you today on how to get free leads using LinkedIn with your realty business.
Absolutely. And we're also going to share a couple of really cool lead generation techniques and follow-up systems that will help you create engagement over long periods of time until people are ready to buy or sell.
Right. So I guess we should start by talking about James. James is the reason that we put together RealtyBizConnect. Maybe you can tell everybody a little bit more about James.
You know, I mean, James joined a 30-year-old real estate agency with over 300 agents in 2010. And he was really interested in trying to make things more automated and more efficient. And his goal was to make real estate more efficient. So he partnered with us. He actually came to me one day and he says, Dennis, you know, he says there's these tools out there, there's a lot of people teaching, but it's just not right. He says, you know, I've used Small Business Dream. I think we should try to make one that's perfect for real estate agents. So that's when it was born. RealtyBizConnect started up as a result of his direct influence and knowledge of the real estate industry.
Right, and he believes that lead generation and retention is critical for his real estate business.
Yeah, he just knows that the gold is in the follow-up, and that if you can get every person you touch to somehow get on a list so that when they're ready to buy or sell, you're the only person they think of, you're probably going to make more than the guy beside you.
There you go. I mean, that's the question. How do you make more money?
And how do you generate more leads? A lot of real estate agents connect. Leads equals money.
That's true, even in a slow market.
Yeah, it's still true. So are you tired of the effort, expense, and risk of trying to get a new listing or buyer? It comes back to that leads thing.
Right. We're going to share with you 3 ways to generate inexpensive or even free leads for your real estate business.
Absolutely. So if you're worried about the time required to properly follow up, possibly.
Or you're frustrated not knowing who next to call.
Well, yeah, it gets easy to get lost, right? We're going to actually share with you some inexpensive tools to help automate an awful lot of this for you.
Exactly. And what if you could convert almost everyone you meet into a future client?
I know it sounds really crazy, but then if you did all that, how are you going to manage them?
Exactly. We're going to teach you how to make existing clients remember you, not just up to the transaction,
but until they're ready to buy or sell again.
Right. Even if that is 7 to 13 years from now. Why 7 or 13?
It just depends where on the internet you search as to how long people are in between buying and selling their homes.
Right. We want to give you an idea, something that every homeowner would value.
Yeah, I mean, this is just the ultimate thing that you can give away for free to create happy people who look forward to getting it from you.
Exactly. And you can brand it to you.
Yeah, because you want your name and face in front of them as often as you can,
yeah,
so that they remember you as being the guy or girl always bringing them good news.
Exactly. And you want to have your face in front of them for years after their purchase or sale.
Because it could be 7 or 13 years before they're ready. Hopefully before then they're going to find someone to send you because they just love how good your service level is.
Right. This is the perfect lead generation and retention concept.
It really is. And it's going to blow your mind at how easy it is. So let's just lay it out there. Real estate power tip number 1.
We said we were going to give you some ideas that you can walk away with from this webinar for free. So let's start about you need a home maintenance reminders autoresponder.
Yes.
What is that, Dennis?
Well, I mean, it's just a simple list or an app. We have both where you can actually engage anyone you meet that you find out's a homeowner to say, hey, you know what? I've got this real simple tool that a lot of my customers really like. If you'd like, I can pop you onto my home maintenance reminders, and you're going to get an email approximately every month that's tuned to the seasons to tell you what you should be doing for preventative maintenance for your house and making sure that your house stays in the best resale value possible.
There you go. Here's an example of James's home maintenance reminders.
Yep.
And really simple. It's got his face, his logo, his real estate office, everything that he needs right there in front of their face, and it comes to them every month.
Imprint.
Right. And it's not expensive. You can do this all for free or very low cost, Dennis.
Yeah, there's companies out there like MailChimp that'll let you do an email autoresponder. You just go research the internet on home tips, put together your lists. You know, you might end up with 30 or 40 emails. Once it's set up, it's automatic.
Right.
Then it's just a matter of popping people into the particular system that you've put in, letting it do the work for you year after year after year.
Just takes time.
Just takes time.
Yeah. Right. But what if I don't have time, Dennis?
You know, we've been doing this presentation and talking about RealtyBizConnect an awful lot, and we found that real estate professionals are not patient people. So they all right away said, yeah, but talk about the lead generation. So what do you do for lead generation? So how can you do it for me? I don't want to do it. So if you don't have time, yes, you can retain us to do all of the things that we're about to teach you to do yourself for free in order to generate your own real estate leads. You can retain us to have our staff take care of it for you in a done-for-you solution, so you can think of it as just pure lead generation.
There you go. So why don't we share a little bit about who we are? Let me tell everybody who you are, Dennis. This is Dennis Wilson. You look like your photo.
I do.
That's good.
Oh, gosh.
There you go. Now, you know that real estate agents can increase sales quickly, often for little or no money.
Man, just do a little follow-up, you know?
Right. You're the founder of RealtyBizConnect and the Rapid Sales Growth Blueprint, 5 steps to maximize sales while minimizing stress. Stress is a big one for a lot of people with their own business, solopreneurs, and real estate agents.
Well, even I'm sure that Elon Musk suffers from sleep problems from time to time in his companies.
There you go. Now, you've helped launch and mentor over 700 companies in 30 different countries in multiple languages. You are fluent in Japanese?
Yes, I am.
And with a total turnover of over $1.4 billion in revenue.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money, Dennis.
That's a lot of money.
It is. You're also the author of the Small Business Profitability Secrets, with a chapter dedicated to real estate, page 50. Are you ready to ignite your real estate sales?
Yeah, I mean that article is literally what we did for a real estate agent, and it was put into a book in a bit of a story form, so it's entertaining to read, and it's almost like the manual on how to do half the stuff we're talking to you about right now.
Awesome. You live in Yaletown, Vancouver.
I do.
This is basically the picture outside of the 20th floor, your window.
Yes, sir.
Off your balcony.
Yeah.
And why is Yaletown a little bit different? You say Yaletown, Vancouver. The market is a pretty interesting market here.
Well, it's an incredible market. There's so many condominiums that are over $1 million. In fact, I don't know that you can find many under $1 million these days that are 2-bedroom. So it's a really interesting ecosystem from a real estate point of view. So I like to point that out because real estate agents usually are curious about such things. So by saying Yaletown, Vancouver, we know that we're just not talking about all the different neighborhoods in Vancouver.
There you go. Now, why don't you share just this is where you got started with Internet Next Step?
Yeah, so we started a direct sales marketing software company. So we actually built the software to run the platform, to run the companies that do the direct selling. We grew to top 5 in the world, and man, it's been an enjoyable ride.
There you go. And
now let's talk about you, Craig.
Okay.
Enough about me. So Craig is actually North America's premier LinkedIn expert. So this LinkedIn system we're about to teach you is just all about him, and it just keeps getting better and better. He found following up with LinkedIn was difficult because he had this system, but he didn't have a tool. And he approached me, and I am the #1 global small business profitability expert, to ask me to help create a LinkedIn follow-up tool. So we modified Small Business Dream to do that. Craig has helped 3 companies cumulatively increase their sales by over $23 million by simply implementing his system with our tool. So he wrote a book, and his book actually teaches real estate professionals how to use the power of LinkedIn to generate leads, step by step, with lots of pictures.
There you go. Then something happened a few years back there, Dennis. Kind of changed things.
Well, I mean, we were running down the road going crazy with the direct selling software thing, and we were helping small businesses on the side, so it was almost like a side project. And all of a sudden, I found out that I had an aortic aneurysm, not sick, perfectly healthy, congenital heart defect, led to this issue, ended up for open heart surgery in February of 2014. And as much as I was very clearly told I wasn't going to die because I was healthy and there was no big deal, I did have a bit of an epiphany to where it makes you think about things. Am I happy in my life? All these kind of things. So I came out of that going, you know what? I'm not that happy just doing the direct selling software. It's a great business. It's a great life. We haven't stopped doing it. But I wanted to do more of the small business, the real estate agents, the financial planners, all of the people that struggle to really, really get traction. So I got focused. I made concrete plans. I partnered with Craig.
You did?
I wrote a book. And we put about $1 million of development into the sales and marketing automation tool and systems that we use to help people increase their sales. And then we went on the road and we hit networking events hard. We found ourselves some really great mentors to help us brand and package and just do things in a better way, which we, of course, on deliver to all of our clients. The things we learn, we teach, right? And we created a joint venture app to allow real estate agents or anyone else literally have their happy customers refer them very easily through an app, new customers.
There you go.
And we began working on RealtyBizConnect as a very specific realty vertical.
There
So
we go.
RealtyBizConnect.
And it now exists. You can get it in iTunes and on
And
Google
Android.
Play.
Yeah.
It is available. So why don't we give them another power tip there, Dennis?
Yeah, well, we said we were going to give you 3 things that you can use regardless of what happens at the end of this webinar. So
Why don't we talk about my LinkedIn system? How to search for prospects using LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a tool that I think is undervalued
Yep.
for what it can do. Can be overutilized incorrectly.
Yes.
But when it's done right, it is your best source for leads. And I'm going to show you how to find them correctly. I'm going to show you how not to connect.
Yep, you can get into LinkedIn jail and get nowhere at all thinking it's hard.
Yeah, we're going to tell you what not to send as a message once you get connected.
Because you can get into LinkedIn jail and it could be really hard.
Going to show you the importance of follow-up, because follow-up is so important and very hard to do on LinkedIn.
That's correct. But it's critical to getting the most out of LinkedIn.
And we're going to tell you why 500 plus is the magic number. Why is that the magic number, Dennis?
You just need to have enough connections to be credible. It's kind of interesting. Over 500 connections on LinkedIn. And the more connections you get, the more people actually start finding you and connecting with you because they see you have enough connections. So it's kind of the magic number, because then it stops displaying to the public exactly how many you have. So you might have 5,000, you might have 2,200, but it just says 500 plus. But it's sort of the big step of credibility to where it starts to work, where people are coming to you instead of you having to do what we're about to teach you to get them all to come to you.
There you go. So remember, what we're about to teach you to do yourself, you can hire us to do it for you.
We were told over and over, make this point very clear with real. We can do the lead generation for you using exactly what we're about to teach you to do yourself. So you
Right.
have all the tracking, it's done in your account, you control everything, you own everything.
Right. So let me talk about my LinkedIn system, how to search for qualified leads. So finding the right person is really important.
Yeah.
So what you're going to do is you're going to search for the biggest city close to you.
Yes.
That's a start. Now, we're in Vancouver, so
That's
is
pretty
the
close.
That is the biggest
We
city.
just go
close
for
to us.
Vancouver.
We can just do that. But that's going to give you too big a list, and we'll go into this
That's
in a
right.
little bit. Now, you need to narrow down the list. You need to focus that list to try to find the right people. So we would search for high net worth individuals.
If I'm a real estate agent and I'm going to put time into lead generation myself, and I am going to put the same amount of time to generate a lead that has a $500,000 budget as I am going to generate a lead that has a $2 million budget, I'm going for the $2 million budget all day long. So it just makes more sense to try to create a following of people that have money so that your average commission goes up. So this is just how to shortcut how to make it happen.
Right. So now and to do that, you can search your own neighborhood. So you can narrow that focus more. So greater Vancouver area, you can't be an expert in all of Vancouver.
Yeah.
You're probably wherever your location is.
Downtown Core, Yaletown, Cole Harbor. Everyone has these neighborhoods. Obviously, some of the bigger American states, some of these neighborhoods are bigger than like our country.
Yeah.
You know, I think Orange County is kind of like Canada country or something like that.
Pretty close.
Yeah. So, we digress. So you can actually zero it down to the area that you actually work in and the sort of surrounding areas that would feed there.
Right. So now once you find somebody, what are you going to say to them?
You're going to say, I'm a realtor and I'm amazing and the company I work with is great. I'm not actually a real estate agent. I'm actually a real estate broker and it's so good and I'm so good and I have so many people that say I'm so good that you should really use us and you're ready to buy or sell. You pick me. Call me now. Call me now. Yeah, you pick me.
Yeah. No, what you're going to say is very simple.
By the way, that doesn't work.
Doesn't work.
Nobody wants the first thing to be your book. They want to make a connection. They want to see that there's something in it for them to be involved with you, not just getting thrown up on.
Right. So when you make a first connection, there is a place that LinkedIn says to add a note to your connection request.
And don't panic. We're actually going to take you shortly into his account and show you all of this in real time. So right now it's theory, then we're going to get into to do.
Practical. So something similar like this, and it doesn't be exact. I have many connections in the Vancouver area, insert obviously your area, looking for people like you. Would you like to connect here on LinkedIn? You're asking a question. You're not trying to sell here. This is not a pitch.
You're offering help.
We're connected on LinkedIn. How can we help each other? I've got connections. They might be good for you, etc.
That's right.
That's what you're just trying to do. You're trying to go and do that. Now you wait for them to connect. And now that you're connected, what do you say?
And now you say, I'm a real estate agent and I want, no.
No, you don't do that again. Simple. You're going to ask another question. Thanks for connecting. You want to appreciate the fact they clicked the button and said, I accept your connection request. Thanks for connecting. What kind of people are you looking for?
Yes. Give me your ideal customer.
Right.
And I will check my connections to see if I can make a referral. This is the idea we're going with here.
Exactly. So you've got connections, he's got connections. Maybe some of your connections would be good for what he's doing and vice versa. But you need to have a mutually beneficial relationship on LinkedIn. It can't be just one-way street.
And then here's where most people break down. Most people get to here, and then if the person says, well, I'm looking for men between 59 and 63, and then you go, oh, that's great. I'm looking for. No, what you really should do is go through your LinkedIn or go through your contacts and actually make a legitimate connection for them, because now you're friends. So now they'll ask you, well, who are you looking for? And they'll be much more inclined to give you a referral because you started it. You showed them that you're different than every other person who approaches them on LinkedIn that's just waiting for the opportunity to vomit all over them. Do a little thing for them. It's just like when you do networking events. Couple one guy to the other person, make a connection. Both of them remember you forever as being that super helpful guy. Same as LinkedIn.
There you go. So once they want more information, and now you can follow up. Now you can ask them, I have a free home maintenance reminder service my connections love. Would you be interested? Notice I don't say here it is or sign up to it. I ask, would you be interested? You're always asking a question, getting permission before you send them anything.
Yeah.
Don't send links unless you ask for permission to send a link.
Yeah, because someone who actually would say yes to your information, if you just force a link on them, is very likely to instantly disengage from you.
Right. Now, if you really want to rapidly grow, search for real estate investors in your areas, because an investor can be buying multiple properties over the course of a year, and follow up is the key. Isn't that right, Mr. Wilson?
Yeah, well, I've bought 8 rental properties, and I always had a rule that if the real estate agent doesn't follow up with me after I purchased, I would use a different real estate agent. So I actually bought 8 rental properties from 8 different realtors, because not one of them followed up beyond maybe a vague attempt at finding me a second property to buy, or they all put me on the comparables list in my area, which is totally useless. So it's shocking. Here I'm saying I'm buying 8 or 10 rental properties.
Yeah.
Here's my parameters. Here's what I'm looking for, and people still didn't stay engaged. It was really, really a wake-up call for me.
Right. So why don't we go right into LinkedIn?
Let's go show them how to do it.
And show them how to do it. Absolutely. So let me just jump into my LinkedIn here. Fantastic. So what I've got in here, I'm right in my LinkedIn account, and let's just do a search right here on LinkedIn. So I'm just going to jump up here, and let's start off with, we talked about searching for your biggest city, so let's go Vancouver and just do a search. So as you can see, Dennis, there's 1.29 million people in Vancouver. Now that could be Vancouver, Canada, Vancouver, Washington. That could also be Greater Vancouver area. A lot of people that are in the burbs put Vancouver in their profile. Yeah. Somewhere in their profile they have Vancouver, even though Greater Vancouver area is only about 700,000 people.
That's right. Well, Greater Vancouver isn't. Vancouver City itself. That's what, only 700,000.
Yeah. So now you want it, so if we just switch this to Vancouver, BC, so British Columbia where we are, that drops drastically.
That's right. So now we're getting closer probably to the reality of people that would be in the actual city of Vancouver.
Right.
Which is more useful for a real estate agent.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to be connecting, if you're here in Vancouver, BC, connecting with somebody in Vancouver, Washington. It's just, doesn't make any sense.
Or even connecting with somebody that's an hour and a half drive from here, but still technically Vancouver.
Right. So now we talked about searching for a high net worth individual.
Yeah.
So the great thing about LinkedIn is LinkedIn allows you to search by job title.
Yes.
So I think that a CEO might be typically a higher worth individual, might be.
And might even move around a little more often because they bounce.
So why don't we try CEOs in Vancouver? Well, you can see we have 12,000 results. That's still a lot of results. That would take us at 10 connections a day, as I say in my book.
Almost 5 years.
Yeah, that would take a while to get through them all.
Abundance. There is no scarcity of leads.
No.
We are showing you how to lose the concept of scarcity.
How about a doctor, Dennis?
I mean, doctors, they're stable. When they move, they buy nice places.
8,200 results with doctors.
That's not so bad.
Now, maybe you're not going to go with that. Maybe you just go with a
general manager.
General manager. I want to do that. General
Still into
manager.
the $500,000 to $1 million properties.
Right, and 28,000 results of general manager.
So what you're really saying is, there's pretty much unlimited leads available for you to go curate from LinkedIn.
Exactly.
And it's just about thinking outside the box a little bit, because you can't just go in and say, show me all the rich people that want to buy a house.
No.
Darn, we should make
Can't
something
do it.
that
So
can
you
do that.
so you got to literally go in and try to find the right people
That's right.
on LinkedIn. Now, what you don't do when you find that person, you don't click the connect button and then send now.
No.
Don't do that.
That's
now,
bad.
you also don't click the connect button here. What you definitely want to do is you want to open up the person's contact record.
Yeah.
Okay, and there's a couple reasons you want to do that. First of all, you want to open up the record so that you can see, are they on LinkedIn very often? Okay, this person doesn't have a profile
picture
of
has the standard
that.
background, probably
All right.
not the highest level connection.
Right. So
but he has 500 plus people he's connected to.
That's that magic number, so he's got it.
BC
So there
Dairy
is no
Association.
bad connection on
That's right.
LinkedIn
That's right.
because it's just a numbers game.
And that's what it really comes down to. Like, you're doing these searches to get close, and then it's a matter of just go.
Right.
Stop thinking so hard. You're not going to hurt if one person gets upset with you.
Then you're going to press the reason you're going to press the connect button here is that now in their back office, they can see you viewed their profile.
That's right. Yeah, you want them
really
to
important.
see that you looked, because otherwise you're just a spammer. So you instantly know the people that are paying services to do it wrong, because all they do is send now, send now, send now, send now. So I see all these connection requests, but I don't see anyone looking at my profile. I know it's a spammer. I know to ignore every single one of them.
Right.
And report them, so they go to LinkedIn jail.
Now you got to customize the invitation. This is critical.
Super.
If you don't put a note in, you're just like everybody else when they come and look at you. You want to see somebody has a note that took time to look at your profile
That's relevant.
and customize it.
Maybe mention the area that you live in, or the area you're associated with, so they
Put
know
their
it's not
name,
a robot.
put their name in there so they know you took that extra bit of time.
Excellent.
So these are the things that you want to do before you send the invitation. Very, very important. Now, not only is sending out the invites very important, when somebody accepts your invitation, connecting with them and sending them a response right away. And when I say right away, I mean within 24 hours at the most, within hours at the best, minutes is even better.
Instantly, if you can.
If
you
you
can
can.
literally respond to it instantly, here's one thing you know. They're at their computer or they're on their device, and they had time to accept your connection request. So therefore, you might be able to just spark up a conversation and figure out where they're at right away.
Right. Now, how do you know that? You're going to download the LinkedIn app on your phone
Yep.
and enable notifications, enable push notifications to your phone, enable notifications to your computer, enable emails so that you are notified when somebody connects with you.
You know for sure that someone did.
If you go into My Network and click on the Connections button to manage your network, it is default sorted by recently added. So you can see all the people that recently accepted your connection.
Perfect. So
And
you know
now,
that these are the ones you need to go and send a
so
message.
38 minutes ago, 44 minutes ago, 2 hours ago, 3 hours ago, 4 hours ago, 4 hours. These are people that have accepted my connection requests. And then you get in here and you send them a message. And you want to get that message sent right away. Now, fortunately, with automation, that's what we have with Small Business Dream, there are ways to semi-automate that so that you know what to copy and paste. And if you don't want to do it yourself, you can do what we did. We have staff that works our accounts,
right.
and you can get a personal assistant that can do your account for you.
That's right. So you can hire us for lead generation, or you can take this process, set it up, and hire your own personal assistant to do it for you, or corral your kids into doing it.
There you go.
Child labor.
So you're always going to be looking at your recent connections, and as another really important note, and I'm going to show you, you're going to be looking at your messages. So once you're starting to have a conversation, when somebody sends you a new message, you want to make sure that you're up on that. Now, when you have as many messages as I do and connections as I do, you don't even see your new messages. So there's a way to do that. You can click this little button here, Dennis, and click unread, and all your unread messages will show up. Fortunately, I don't have any unread messages right now because we have staff that are doing their job.
That's right.
So they're very lucky I haven't got unread messages right now. So that's how it works. So these are the ways that you
Very
can sort and stay up to date on your LinkedIn account. These are all really crucial to be able to send out messages. So that is how they can go and use your LinkedIn account. Some really cool tips on being there inside LinkedIn.
Yes.
So let's now just jump back to our presentation. So that's LinkedIn. Let's give them another power tip, because one of the things on LinkedIn is that people don't realize is your photo, your background image, all these things are really critical
you have to have them
connecting
done properly.
You want to have an all-star profile.
You have to look like the person that people are going to trust from your profile.
Right. So a profile update on LinkedIn is really important. You want to have your business name. You want to have your phone number. You want to have your email. You want to be you want current photos.
You want to be easy to be understood. And LinkedIn doesn't make it easy to find someone's phone number or their website or anything. You have to go digging around. So make sure the critical information's right in your header graphic.
Right, and you want to have LinkedIn is important. So is Facebook, because Facebook, people will, when they search your name, they're going to typically find on Google, they're going to find your LinkedIn and Facebook profiles. You want them to be congruent. You want them to look good together. You can have a little bit more fun with Facebook.
Yeah, I always sort of think of your LinkedIn profile as being your sort of very businessy stuff, and your Facebook profile can be a little bit more personal.
So what we're going to share with you right now are the power poses and headshots that are the top 4 converting digital marketing poses.
That's right.
This is not one. That's a good poster tagger.
That's not one of them. That's right. So this is the stuff you need to have on any of your websites or your sales funnels or your LinkedIn profiles, your Facebook profiles. You need powerful photos.
A little put a note there, Dennis.
This is probably my biggest pet peeve. It's so sad to see what happens when people make this mistake. Don't use a photo that's 10 years ago or 40 pounds younger than you now.
Right.
You need to have your photos so that when you do sit down and meet them in their office or meet them for a coffee, you look like the person that they thought they were coming to see.
Yeah.
Otherwise, their first instinct is, wow, liar from the beginning. You've no idea how much you destroy your credibility by doing it. So don't do it.
There you go. So here we go. As you can see, I have my glasses on.
Yes.
And now at my age, when I turned 50, I needed glasses.
Yes.
And all my photos before that didn't have glasses.
Yes.
Now my photos show that I have glasses, so you know it's really me. And you can see I'm wearing my glasses during this. This is the first power pose. So this is the arms crossed.
Yep.
We go back to back. All right. So guy to guy if you're 2 partners.
Yeah. Or even on your own, it's fine. But it's not straight on. It's sideways, even when you're on your own.
Yeah. Notice the fingers aren't splayed. They're closer together.
Everything's close together.
And they're not tucked.
We're not tucked.
No, exactly.
Right. So very important. It's a simple shot. It is the highest converting, next to one that works sometimes more high converting.
Yeah, but this one is, you'll see this right on our website. We use this one all the
super
time.
high converting, super trust generating, a really good power shot.
Right. So this is the second one. This is called the giver.
The giver.
This is the giver. Now your hands don't go this way. That's the begger.
That's the beggar.
We don't want to do the beggar.
You want to hold that great big yoga ball as if you're giving someone a yoga ball.
There you go. So that is the giver. Then we have the thinker. Yes. Mm-hmm. And you want to do shots both ways, and your hand is cupping your elbow.
Everything
you're not
you do
covering
from
your
both
face.
sides, right? I get it. You may think you have a good side, but from the internet's point of view, you're going to A/B test everything in the process of doing a lot of the things you're going to do.
Right.
So get both sides of every pose.
Right. And then the next one, Dennis, is the one that we kind of laughed at when they said this was a converting pose.
This is one of the highest converting for selling books or courses or anything like that, if you can get away with it. So it's a little bit goofy. It's a little bit fun.
We get away with it.
And definitely more suited to your Facebook profile than your LinkedIn profile.
Yeah, this is on my Facebook, but not on my LinkedIn.
Exactly.
Right. So once again, if you don't have time, we have a solution for that.
That's right.
We can do it for
all
you.
this just sounds too hard.
But you know what? We can also, why don't we hear from James? James isn't with us here, but we have an interview. I did an interview with James just a little while ago, and we're going to share a little bit in this interview about what James thinks about RealtyBizConnect and how we got all together.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's play it.
Hi there, I'm Craig Peloquin.
I'm James Rutherford.
So James, tell me, how long ago did you get involved in real estate?
About a decade ago, I was transitioned into real estate from being a general contractor developer.
Okay, so when you got involved in real estate, did you find some challenges when you first got involved?
When we were educated on it, we learned a little bit about contracts and a little bit of law, but what we really didn't learn is how to manage our clients during the sale, post-sale, and leading up into it. And that's really become probably the biggest challenge I've seen out there is how do we manage our client base? How do we keep in contact without just sending them offensive emails and like, here's what your house is doing in the marketplace. The biggest thing, how do I stay out of the trash, right? I mean, if someone just bought a house, they don't really want to know what it's worth in the marketplace, especially if it's gone down. I mean, now I've just insulted the sale.
Okay, so have you taken courses over the years when you got involved to be able to manage your customers in your time more effectively?
There's a lot of competition out there in the space of client relationship management when it comes to real estate. The challenge is, I've spent $900 a month with Buffini. I've spent $900 plus with Tom Ferry. The problem with those things is they give you a system, but each one of them I would stonewall. After a short period of time, the system would just break. Okay,
so you found things that didn't work, and then you got introduced to the My Realtor app and RealtyBizConnect. What was different?
I think right at the inception, what was different is I was complaining about what's going on with the different software that I'm using with Dennis Wilson from Small Business Dream. And he said, hey, listen, I'm working on a real estate app. Why don't you take a look at it and see if maybe we can, collaboratively figure out how we can solve some of these problems. And I think we've done an excellent job doing that.
Great. So you were talking about the fact that you had software that would give a monthly comparable. What do you do differently with the My Realtor app from these other programs?
Sure. So the key to My Realtor is it sends out pertinent information to my clients. Things like, it's fall, what should I be doing to my house to make sure that it's ready for fall or ready for winter, or different tips on what they can do from a maintenance perspective on their property, rather than just always, here's my value, here's my value, here's my value. We want to be in touch with them. So when it comes time for them to make a buying or selling decision, we've been in constant contact. We've got that existing relationship without being annoying and just winding up in the trash.
What have you found that your clients have been saying about that?
I get a lot of positive comments about, hey, thanks for sending this out. But the real surprising twist, I think, is it became a lead generation for me. I got a phone call from a client of mine saying, hey, are you okay if I refer someone to the newsletter, although they haven't bought or sold from me? And of course, my response was, absolutely. Please refer the newsletter, and that was definitely a benefit I didn't see coming. That's absolutely brilliant.
That's a fantastic thing. So in addition to this monthly newsletter and tips about their house, is there anything else that you use the software for?
I track my clients with it. I put in their kids, I put in their family members, so a nice birthday email goes out. But what's really nice with it is it is tailored emails to them that don't look like I'm sending them a can. It's a well-written email. It does go out automatically, so I don't have to be on top of that. The emails are just sent, but it's something that they want.
So James, how long do you keep them in the system?
You know what, I keep them in there forever. What's nice with it, I know that every 7 to 13 years, depending on which neighborhood you're in, people are going to buy a house. I just want to be in the front of their memory when it comes time to list again. So,
well, thanks for that, James. That was fantastic. Even though you're not here, so we are thanking you for taking the time to do that video with us. And it's all about now helping real estate agents rapidly increase their sales.
Yes.
So, RealtyBizConnect is a real estate professional's 360-degree solution. Dennis?
Yep. So what's included?
Well, why don't we tell everybody what's included?
Well, lead generation is included if you'd like it to be. We will teach you how to do it yourself, which we basically just did. We obviously help you much deeper than that when you engage with us, or we will do it for you. We have some packages that we'll announce at the end that are all about getting you a bunch of new connection requests and all of the follow-ups until someone's basically ready to talk to you. Then it gets turned over to you. But all of it's tracked. It's in your LinkedIn profile. And the coolest part about this, as you go through you doing it or us doing it for you, you're actually building your LinkedIn profile to be more and more powerful and start to attract more and more people. So it's a bit of a double whammy. It's not instant leads that you phone and they're ready to buy or sell.
Right.
It takes a bit of time to curate them, but at the same time, you're actually building an asset that'll work for you for years and years and years. Mm-hmm. Because the more connections you have that are relevant and the more interaction you have going on LinkedIn, the more you show up at the top for searches.
There you go. So let's talk about some of our done-for-you digital assets, Dennis. So let's talk about the LinkedIn profile update. So you can see there's James, and he's in a power pose.
Power pose, yep.
And if we were to sell this on our own, we do. It's $199 is what we'd sell to do your
go
profile
search
update.
Google, and most places talk around $199 or $299 to get you, and that's with you providing the images. We actually help coach you through the images, or if you're in Vancouver, we'll even bring you in and do a photo shoot with you.
Right. So we want to do both your Facebook and your LinkedIn.
Get them congruent.
Exactly. And then we also help you with your 40-second introduction video. This is really important because a lot of people, when we meet them at networking events, real estate agents, don't know what to say when we ask them, what do they do?
We usually say, I'm a real estate agent, and you see everybody stick to the walls because they know the next question is, do you need me to sell your house? Right?
Yeah.
So we just teach you how to be a bit more creative than that. Instead of being a real estate agent, you're actually a real estate agent that focuses on people between 29 and 47 in the Fraser Valley area.
There you go.
Would you happen to know somebody that may need my services? So you go into, a
niche market.
Yeah, you go into a niche market. So by going really, really tiny, you end up getting bigger because then someone says, well, do you happen to work in Langley? Or do you happen to work with 29 years old? Whatever. But the point is you get people out there thinking of you a little bit differently. Instead of being afraid of you, you're just asking for a referral. So then we take all of that, we put it into an introduction video that you can use on your website, you can use in our app, you can use it all over as part of your marketing materials. And of course, it can be on your LinkedIn profile.
Right. And we also help you with the words. We help
That's right.
you write the script for this video.
Correct.
And we also will write up to 5 feature listing pages for you for your properties.
Correct. The system comes with templates so you can edit them yourselves, but we give you a head start by doing the first 5 for you, and you can retain us separately to do them for you forever if you never want to get involved with it.
So if you were to put all these together separately and go sourcing them all out over the internet and in your local city, this is a total value of almost $2,000 to do this just on your own.
That's right. And the reason we're doing it as a package is we just realized that the hardest part is getting somebody to coordinate you to have all the right pieces to start. If you're going to do LinkedIn prospecting, you have to have the pieces in place to do it. So actually in business today, if you don't have all these pieces, you're missing out. You're definitely not doing as well as you could.
Exactly. We're also going to set everything up for you. So it is the system set up, everything you need. We build it and we hand it to you
We
ready
don't
to go.
say, here's the manual, here's the software, go figure it out. We
Right.
plug it all together so that you literally just have to learn what buttons to push every day to make it work.
We're going to create your LinkedIn lead generation system. So all
Including
the
the
follow-ups.
words. Yeah,
all
we're
the
going to
words.
go through the words. We're going to work with you to see what's your target market, and we're going to dial that stuff in to fit specifically what you're trying to do, so that all of your LinkedIn follow-up and generation will take people from completely raw lead to buyer or seller to the next steps.
Right. We're going to give you the home tips reminders lead generation system.
You
We've
don't
already
have to
written it.
research and write all those emails. It
There you
just comes
go.
all ready for you to use.
We also have a very unique joint venture lead generation system.
Absolutely. So we set that up with you. We put you into our app with a directory listing, and they have the ability to go onto your reminders list, or your home maintenance reminders from that app, as well as they can actually refer their friend to you, and you could offer them a baseball cap or $500 or a gift certificate at Amazon or whatever it is that you offer for someone to bring you a happy customer. And that can all happen through the app. So it gives you reach to other areas as well as in and around your own area.
Good. And we're also going to create a personal networking sales funnel that you can use through your social media. So when somebody asks for more information, you can put them into a funnel so that you can then drip on them and get more information.
And it's usually, again, it's something for free. So you already get the home maintenance reminders one, but then we actually do another one that might be some kind of a lead magnet specific to sort of your knowledge base. It fits you, it looks like you, and it's something that you can easily give away to get people onto your mailing list.
Yeah, absolutely. We're also going to give you some education on the Do Not Call registry, which is pretty big right now in North America.
Yeah, North America's become a bit of a challenge. So we actually have some tips and tricks for you that you can use to keep yourself safe.
There you go.
And the neatest tip and trick is if you're doing all of your prospecting on LinkedIn, you've actually got yourself in a situation where you can't ever be in trouble for the do not call list.
Right.
Because if their number's on LinkedIn and they agreed to connect with you, right?
Yep.
And then you've basically got permission. So, and it's tracked and it's forever tracked and it's in LinkedIn system. So actually that's one of the real interesting things about LinkedIn prospecting.
It is.
Whether it's done for you or whether you do it yourself, because it's still in your account that we do that prospecting.
That's correct. We also have private Facebook support and success group.
Yeah, so you can all come in and ask people about people. The only thing that we do say is all of you EXP people, you're not allowed to use this as prospecting grounds. If you do try to recruit other realtors into your EXP business, we would ban you from that. But other than that, it's everybody helping everybody.
There you go. We also have RealtyBizConnect maximization webinars on how to use the system itself.
Yep.
If you choose to want to learn all the ins and outs, and
Yeah.
remember, we're going to build it all for you. You don't have to learn it. You just have to learn really how to push a button.
Yeah, but if you want to learn how to do it all yourself and edit your emails and add web pages and build different funnels, that's all there for you to do it if you want to.
Yeah.
And we're there to help you.
We also bring in experts in sales and marketing automation, in real estate and that. We have question and answer webinars.
Yeah. So just there to support you. And then we put it all on videotape. Everything we do, we videotape so that you can have it in your back office in case you couldn't make it to the live event or the webinar.
It's okay. We don't actually put it on videotape. We do put it on YouTube, but that's okay.
Okay.
Now let's talk about the whole marketing automation, sales and marketing automation suite, the tool itself for RealtyBizConnect.
Yeah, so I mean, it's basically 5 tools in one, right? It's your MailChimp, it's your Infusionsoft, it's your all of these different CRMs. So you do get with it a RealtyBizConnect directory listing, which means you're there for other people to find you in our app. You get unrestricted joint venture module access, which means you can have joint ventures with as many companies or people as you want, offering them whatever you want to offer them for bringing you a lead. Full-blown contact manager that'll keep your calling so efficient you just won't even be able to believe it. Sales funnel module. Pre-written automated and semi-automated email and social media follow-up. So we actually write the stuff that you need. It comes, it's with your name, it's ready to go.
Yeah.
You don't have to go take copywriting courses to start.
No, there you go. You get a business card scanner. If you're at live networking events, you can take a picture of somebody's business card, goes right into your system. One of our staff data enters everything in, transcribes it, puts it into your follow-up, sends them a first email.
So the minute you go home from a networking event, instead of those cards ending up in the garbage can because you never want to deal with them, every single one of those people is being followed up with, being asked if they'd like to get on your home maintenance reminders list, and now they're on the forever. It's just that easy.
Right. We also have a QR code generator so that you can, when you're producing things, if you want to go to specific pages in your funnel and stuff.
So you could actually grab the QR code, stick it on your listing sign on the lawn, and people could actually hit the QR code to get a full feature-rich explanation of that property.
There you go. You also get access to the open house module. This is really quite a great thing with the app.
Well, I mean, this is really fantastic because you literally could onboard people to the home maintenance reminders list right here just for coming to your open house, so it's a little freebie. More importantly, everybody who comes to your open house signs in, so you're actually generating a whole bunch of leads that should they reply that they're unhappy with their realtor somewhere in the future, you could jump on, or a lot of them won't have a realtor. So it does all of that sifting and sorting for you the minute they walk in the door and sign in to your list.
Good. Then you've got access to our home maintenance module as well, as we said. So it's already pre-written for you,
That's right.
Already done, and it's available
Onboarding
in email
forms are there.
and in an app.
And push notifications directly to their phone.
Right.
So the business directory listing. So here's where you would actually get a listing in our directory. You're going to see in the directory, you actually get to control all the words, all the images. You can add a video or you can add pictures up at the top of it. And then the most important buttons are down at the bottom where people can choose to jump on to your property. So if you're connected through your website to something that searches properties and such in the area, this button will actually link to that. So it all shows up in the app. You can do your home tips. So that's the home maintenance reminders. They literally click that button. They're subscribed to that. Boom, away you go.
Yeah.
They can subscribe to your personal or your own follow-up series if you have one. And of course, they can click to ask to become joint venture. So this tool basically keeps you top of mind with them. And that's the key to really having longevity of a database is being top of mind.
And the push notifications right to your customer's phone when they're part of it. It's right there, top of mind.
When you got someone on a home maintenance reminder through the app, it literally is a push notification. They click the push notification, they see your smiling face or whatever logo you put up, and then they see your directory listing page with all the details, and then it displays a nice featurette again with your branding, the actual home maintenance tip itself. So every month, once or twice, they get something from you that causes them to remember who you are, see who you are, and remember who you are, and think you're just so helpful.
Yeah, there you go.
So it's really simple. It's a simple concept, but Nobody's doing it.
The joint venture module, if you want to offer a referral, maybe you offer a $500 referral when somebody sends you a customer that makes a purchase. You've got your terms and conditions that are involved in that. It's maybe so many days after the closing, whatever. You put all that information out,
Yep.
and they can request to join your joint venture.
Yep.
When they send you somebody, the app tracks it all.
It tracks it all. So you know who you owe and who came from who, and even if a friend referred a friend, referred a friend, referred a friend, it knows where that referral commission is supposed to go.
So everything that we give you is all you're done for your digital assets, your system setup, the lead generation, the do not call registry management, all these things. You've added it all up. It's almost $20,000 in value with RealtyBizConnect.
Yeah, and we haven't even talked about the lead generation.
No, we haven't.
Actually, we have, but we're going to talk about it again.
We are. But, so with a $19,344 package, Dennis, that's the value. We normally sell it for $14.99 for the setup and $899 a month.
Correct. But for the people who are on this webinar, we do have some special pricing, which is $999 to set up and $499 per month for your first year. And you can actually add done-for-you lead generation. So the LinkedIn system done for you, building your LinkedIn profile, finding you leads, putting them through the process to find out buyer, seller, taking them all to the point of turning into an actual physical lead. All of that can be done for $499 a month, and that'll actually get 1,800 tasks a month taken care of. So in the first month, it'll be lots of connection reach outs, then it'll be more and more follow-up, and of course, the more follow-ups that happen, you're getting down to where it starts to come out as leads. If you want to do more, you can do $499 chunks. You want to do $1,000 a month, you do $998, and now you'd have 3,600 tasks.
There you go.
So however much lead generation activity you'd like to have done, we can actually support you in that, where we control all of your accounts and software, but it's all your data, and it's all your accounts.
And we've done the math, 1,800 tasks, in the first month, about 1,000 of those tasks are going to be reaching out to new people on LinkedIn.
Yeah, and if you got 20%, which is, depending on the size of your profile, you should get anywhere from 10 to 25%.
Yeah.
You're going to see 200 connections by the end of the month.
Right. And we know out of the 200 connections, that's probably going to lead to about 40 of those 200 that will engage and become in some sort of engagement on LinkedIn through talking to you back and forth, being part of that, and being a qualified prospect.
Yeah, and that 40 grows over time, because of course that's what happens sort of within your first month.
Yeah.
But then that can happen, for ages and ages and ages. It can slowly creep up.
Continues coming. People that you asked to connect, a month or two ago, are accepting your connection now. So it does happen.
So it's really cool. So how long does it take, Craig?
We're going to get your system delivered and ready to operate within 30 days of your digital assets being completed. So
that means you either get by us to do the photo shoots, or we coach you through how to do them yourself, and then we make sure that we're literally in real time making sure you're doing the right things and they look good and they're usable. Once we have all of those assets in place, then we go into the actual building it all for you. So
right.
if we don't get your headshots forever, then of course it takes us a little longer to get you going. So
right.
It's 30 days from when we have the pieces.
We want to get you ready to do our app,
fast.
RealtyBizConnect app. We want to get you in there right away. If you want to download the app right now and see what it looks like, you can go to this website, twt.bz/RBC. If you're listening to us from the United States, that's BZ.
BZ.
Right? Or you can just scan that QR code.
Yep.
And it'll take you right to iTunes if you're on your Apple.
iPhone.
If you're on an Android, it'll take you right to Google Play.
You got it.
Now, you need to put in a code. It's going to ask you for a code when you register for the first time. Put in James R.
Yeah, because if you put in James R, then you can jump on his home maintenance reminders list and see how it all works.
You will see it. So just push the button, submit, and then you're going to put the subscribe to the home tips. Click that, and you will see a notification come to you on your phone, and you'll see how the whole thing works.
That's right. You'll see James' pretty face before you see the home maintenance reminder. It's all branded. It's really quite nice.
Yeah. Now, we did say you're going to get some books, so you're going to get a copy of my book. Everything that we talked about for the LinkedIn system is in my book, the LinkedIn 5-Step System. Generate 10 fresh, qualified leads in 10 minutes for your small business. For your real estate business, in your case, go to twt.bz/LI, stands for LinkedIn Book, and you will get a copy of my book. And for Dennis's Small Business Profitability Secrets, don't forget to check out page 50. Are you ready to ignite your real estate sales? twt.bz/profitbook.
Excellent.
And just to remind you how to get a hold of us, you can reach us at contact@RealtyBizConnect.com. Call us anytime, call or text 604-900-2384.
And of course, you can go right to the Buy Now link if you'd like at RealtyBizConnect.com/buy. So,
Right.
webinar special, $999 setup, $499 per month for the first year, and you can add the LinkedIn lead generation for an additional $499 a month per 1,800 tasks.
Well, Dennis, that was fantastic. Thanks for your time, and thank you all for taking your time to come and learn about how you can increase your sales with your real estate business. I'm Craig Peloquin.
And I'm Dennis Wilson.
Have yourself a fantastic day. Bye for now.